Good morning, peoples. Let's jump in here on Tesla and TSLY. So interesting red day across the board. I guess it was the worst single day for the indexes since COVID. So not a good day. I hope you hung in there. Don't let a day ruin your situation. Nobody likes being down. Um, it's just part of being in the stock market. At this point, I don't draw any massive conclusions. Certainly, things didn't look good. We may fall further. Don't know. To me, the big turn comes in September, whether it's up or down. I can't say at this point. I'll be watching a lot more. The more down we go now, the less likely that it's further down in September and it's more likely up. So let's see how this plays out. So let's talk about Tesla in particular, because that's what this is. Let's look at Tesla. So Tesla was down 4.5% from, sorry, I'm reading, six, oh, Bruce. So it was down 4.24% from 216 down to 207. So what was particularly interesting, look at the recent volatility. So the last 2 days we were down on Tesla 6.55 and then 4.24, almost 11%. The prior day we were up 4. The prior day to that we had been down 4. So you got 11% down. These balance out. 16% down. Okay, not much here, 2%, so 26% down, 28% down, and then this was an update. So roughly 28% down from going up, right? After they had said they were delivering more cars. This is before their actual earning. So these things happen. Now, this was probably not as high as many other stocks. I'll have to see when I'm reporting here the 4.24. So what happened on the setup? Well, let's go in and take a look at that. So here's the Tesla data. So the good news is when you go down a lot like this, we took everything off the table for a penny, right? Buy to close the 230s, buy to close the 235s, a lot of them, 1 penny, 1 penny. So then we sold this combined quantity out here for $2.21 going out to the week of 809, and we wrote a 220, especially when we're trading at what, 204, did I say? 207. And then we bought to close more, 1 penny, right? So can't do any better than that. We literally have to electronically close, so the lowest you can close is a penny. Um, there's no expiring worthless like we have in retail. But then again, they never have to worry about getting assigned or the stock put to them. So that's all part of the flex system, and they select what's known as a European option within the flex system that designates they would never be put, the stock. And all closeouts are electronic. If you want to close early, it's electronic. We do everything in retail electronic. It's just that we're susceptible for put if we go below the money or into the money. Okay. So the last one they sold was another 220, but at a different price level. That's why otherwise, if this was 221, you'd just see a bigger count here. So you notice no synthetics. And if you look, they didn't have any stock bought. So this was all just repositioning at the end of the Friday. So you see everything bought back for a penny. Fabulous. Can't do any better than that. So 99.9% of the money. So putting on these new trades, because on 8/1, we had gone out and sold a 232. Okay. So overall, that's great. We, maximized all our money we had collected And then this one had been written on Thursday, and then on Friday we wrote another 7,500,000 worth. Okay, so we'll get to the payout section at the end, but let's talk about our weekly now. Hopefully I updated this. Not exactly. Let me do that. Sorry about that, guys. I was working on I got a new video coming out on my prediction, and then I'm also doing one about have we entered a bear market and what could the markets do? So I think you'll enjoy that as well. So I want to get both of those done this weekend, with the prediction one coming out for sure on Saturday. All right, so on Tesla, let me update this. We have now 33,545. Whoops. 34,300. Let's do this one. Minus 34,300. And that is at 220. Oops. And that's an 8-9. Everything obviously is an 8-9 now. I'll just do it like this. We may not need all of these, but we shall see. Okay, so we have 560. That one stays the 232. And it looks like this one takes care of everything here. Let me make sure. 34,860. That's it. So really just two items, even though we sold some of these at different prices, they're all at 220, and then we have a 232. So let me do one more thing. Let me make these all the same color so there's no confusion, right? So we are, and this will get reflected. So now you can see the true numbers here. I had done Coney first, and then I did this one, and I was back. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I'll do Coney next on my video, but a separate video. So we're almost 6% on our 220 from where we are at 207. And we've got almost 12% on this batch, right, that we had written the day before. So the drop down makes this a winner, but hard to say if we'll be okay or not if the market bounces on that one. Let's take a look at holdings, because that's where the stuff tells us. Now, these need to be updated as well. So we've got a 220 here. And this is minus 34,300. We have no 237 and we have no 230. Those were all bought out for $1, peoples. Okay. So this 34,300, what did that close at? 2.4. Okay. And the 560 now closed at 67 cents. So what I only need to do one thing, I need to add these together here and put in the right numbers. So the 220 closed at 240. So it's saying we'd have to buy it back at 8. Let's see how much we collected on our 220 collectively. So it's this amount plus this amount. So it's around 7.5. Okay, so we're 8% behind on that guy. And I'll make this all black color here. All right, so now we're up to speed with the right amount of contracts, and we're 9% behind. This guy's up nicely, almost 100%, 74%. But it's a very small amount, right? So we're 8% behind on this guy. So hence, I don't know why that would be 9. Let's see if the math is adding um, 17 to 21. Yeah, it should. Yeah, 8269. Okay, from 7565. Oh, I know what I didn't do. This needs to go to 21. Not quite as bad as that appeared. Okay, there we go. So we've collected 7.7 and we'd have to buy it back for 8.2. So, and here was our close at 15.04. And whoops, this is not right. I recognize that number and I got one more, peoples. That count is right. The only number I didn't update is this number, 727, whoops, 901, 950. Okay, that should be everything. Oh, is it? 52, 12. Okay, we're up to speed. So, wow, 181 million. We are behind the 8 ball, right? Because we're way down by having these 260s, as you can imagine. All right. So, I have not updated that, but you can see where we've been to see how bad it is, right? But again, can Tesla get up there? I'm sure it can. Now, unfortunately, these are 816s, I believe. Let's go look at the 260. Yeah, they are 816s. And then we also have a 265, which is also 816. Okay, so we're ugly on that. I'll tell you what, the good news is we should have a nice payout and we have plenty of cash. The bad news is we got this huge liability, all right, 181 million out there. At 51, or sorry, yeah, 50,500,000 shares, we didn't have any new shares. That stayed the same. 50,005 or 50,000, 50,500,000. So we've got cash. It's just that ugliness of that liability that's hurting us. And let's take a look at payouts. This is what you guys want to know. Again, I'm going to do my final video, so I likely will change it, but I'll give you an approximation. So this went up. We lowered our short call here from 20 million down to 14. It went from 44 cents to 28 cents of a loss. This guy hasn't changed in a while. We haven't written any new synthetics. So we have $2.20 in the piggy bank. I think they're going to pay slightly under $1, mainly because the price is so low, right? I showed $1 here, it's 84%. We're seeing volatility maybe in the 60s or 70s right now. So I don't know if they'll pay 84, but let me give you a final prediction. Um, I think we'll be close to $1. We were $1 here, but we were much higher in TSLY. So down at 14, and remember, we only have one more trading day, and they declare Tuesday before the market. So I'm going to give you my prediction tomorrow for a final. But the good news is we have the piggy bank. They couldn't, in all respect, pay us $2, even if they wanted to, with that 183 million. I didn't even update that, right? So that's massive. So that, I mean, we won our weeklies, and we've got almost 6%. So that's what I got for you guys on TSLY and Tesla. I think actually I'm still very bullish. It's one of my probably top, besides Coney and Misty with Bitcoin. I'm bullish on Tesla and I'm bullish on GDXY. Those are right now. There's some other single stocks that are forthcoming that I'm bullish on, but they're not here yet. Most of the other stuff I'm not that crazy bullish on. Okay. Nvidia is going to be okay for a year or two, but I don't think it's going to be the high flyer it's been. We'll see. A lot of that has to do with the NASDAQ. If the NASDAQ takes off 20 or 30% and we go forward, then NVIDIA will participate. I don't know that they're going to outperform anymore, but they'll participate in that. Okay, guys, that's what I got for you. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.